Network basics. We'll begin by briefly discussing network nodes, which are also known as the building blocks of networks. This equipment can vary by the type and quantity of tasks it can perform, but are the physical products necessary for a network to function. Network interface controllers are hardware that connects the computer to the network media via cables, in other words, Ethernet, or wireless transmission. Repeaters are hardware that receive a network signal and make it more efficient by clearing out unnecessary noise and resending the signal. Routers are devices that forward packets of data between networks by processing the address. And modems are hardware that modulates digital network traffic to create wireless signals. A host is a computer or device connected to a network on the internet. For example, the hosts shown in this home network are a computer, a printer, and 2 smartphones. As a reminder, the internet is a network of networks in which host computers or devices are connected. Hosts have unique internet protocol or IP addresses and are reachable by either an IP address or domain name, and both of these terms will be discussed later. For example, NJCTL.org has an IP address of 35.162.99.125. The IP address system is comparable to a country's mail or postal system. Just as a house has its own street address, each computer or device has its own IP address. When data or mail needs to be sent to the computer or device, the internet knows the location to send it. A host connects to the internet through a router. A router is a dedicated computer that transmits data between networks within the internet. So here's the router, and it connects to all of the different hosts that are connected to that router or on that server. Routers transmit data between different networks. Routing is the process of finding a path from sender to receiver. A home router connects local devices to a cable modem, which provides the internet connection. A cable modem or DSL modem connects to an internet service provider or ISP, such as Fios, Comcast, Optimum, etc. An enterprise-level router will connect an ISP to the core internet backbone routers, and routers can either use Ethernet or Wi-Fi to connect to devices. The diagram below shows a broader picture of how routers provide hosts with access to the internet. So we have the internet, and it goes to a satellite, and the satellite connects to all the different routers that we have here. And the different routers then connect to the different devices within each router's local area network. The internet is a vast digital space where data could get lost, damaged, corrupted, etc. So a client-server model was created that spans across many differently located networks. This model separates the tasks or workloads between the providers of service, called the servers, and those requesting service, called the clients. For example, Gmail stores messages on Google's servers and processes requests to send and retrieve messages. Now here's the tricky part, understanding the client versus the host. A client is a piece of hardware or software that accesses a service on a server. It is easily mistaken that a client and a host are the same thing, but really they're not. A host is a computer or a device, whereas a client can be software on a host. In fact, a server is on a host computer by itself, where it provides the functional service needed by the client. Therefore, a host can take on both server and client roles. A server shares its resources with their clients. However, clients do not share any of their resources.